Hello everyone and welcome to day 7 of this spoken English course on SucceedEng. Well, we have completed the future tense in our last video, and most of the fundamentals of grammar have been learned so far. Now this is one of our advanced lessons on English grammar, and I strongly recommend that in case you have missed any of the previous videos of the spoken English course, please do visit them, and once you have watched those videos, this video will prove to be even more helpful and useful to you. Let's begin. This is a chapter on conditions and suppositions. So rule number 1. Let's look at a couple of sentences. यदि हर्ष आए तो मैं उसे एक गिफ्ट दूंगा. यदि मेरे पास पैसे हों तो मैं हॉस्पिटल खोलूं. In the above sentences, the first clause with yadi gives the condition. It is the primary clause. The second clause tells us the consequence. It is the secondary clause. Also notice that both the sentences in Hindi are in the present tense. Formula for translating such sentences: primary clause will be kept in the past indefinite form, plus secondary clause, it would also be kept in the past indefinite form with would or should. For example, if Harsh came, I should give him a gift. If I had money, I would found a hospital. Let's look at another aspect of Rule 1. Another way to translate the sentences we just discussed is by using should at the start of the sentence. In such a scenario, the subject appears between should and the verb. Formula would be should plus subject plus verb plus past indefinite with would or should. Let's look at some examples. Should Harsh come, I should give him a gift. Should I have money, I should found a hospital. One more aspect of rule number 1. Let's look at a few sentences. यदि मैं धनी हूँ तो मैं तुम्हें लोन दूँ. यदि मैं तुम हूँ तो इस प्रोजेक्ट को समय पर कंप्लीट कर दूँ. यदि मैं कोयल हूँ तो आसमान में उड़ जाऊँ. Let's understand first that in these sentences we don't have a verb in the primary clause, but we have adjective, pronoun and noun respectively in the above 3 sentences. While translating such sentences, don't translate yadi. Instead, use were and put the subject between were and adjective, noun or pronoun. In the secondary clause, use past indefinite with would or should as before. For example, were I rich, I should give you a loan. Were I you, I should complete this project on time. Were I a cuckoo, I should fly in the sky. Let's look at rule number 2. यदि वह आएगा तो हम पार्टी करेंगे. यदि बाढ़ आएगी तो ये ब्रिज गिर जाएगा. In the yadi clause, we see the condition, and in the to clause, we have the result. So यदि वह आएगा is the condition, and तो हम पार्टी करेंगे is the result. यदि बाढ़ आएगी is the condition, and तो ये ब्रिज गिर जाएगा is the result. In both the Hindi clauses, future indefinite has been used. Formula for translating such sentences? Well, secondary clause will be in present indefinite, and the primary clause will be in future indefinite. For example, if he comes, we will party. If flood comes, this bridge will fall. We have discussed this kind of sentence before in this grammar module, and I encourage you to go back to that video as well. However, this is also a conditional sentence, and which is why we have kept this in this grammar video on conditions and suppositions. The first time we looked at this rule was in the present indefinite tense video, so do have a look at that. Rule number 3. यदि वह आया होता तो मैंने उसे समझाया होता. यदि उसे ने पढ़ा होता तो उसने एग्जाम पास कर लिया होता. In such sentences, the clause with yadi shows the condition and the clause with to shows the result. Formula for translating such sentences: primary clause will be in the past perfect tense plus secondary clause plus, and the secondary clause will be in the past perfect tense with would have and should have. For example, if he had come, I would have explained to him. If he had studied, he would have passed the exam. Let's look at another aspect of Rule 3. The previously discussed sentences can be constructed in another way. The clause which lays the condition, that is the secondary clause, can start with had, and the subject will appear between had and the third form of the verb, like had plus subject plus the third form of verb, and the result clause or the principal clause is structured in the following way: should have, would have plus past participle. For example, had he come, I should have explained to him. Had he studied, he would have passed the exam. I find that in everyday English, this structure is more popular for such kinds of sentences. So you may want to prefer this particular structure for translating such expressions. Let's look at rule number 4. वह गया होगा. उसने ये गाना सुना होगा. Such sentences indicate a doubt in the past. Formula: subject plus may have plus the third form of verb. And when you use may have, you are indicating more possibility. So the thing is likely to happen more if you use may have plus V3. Is likely to have happened, I should say, more if you use may have plus V3. And the second way to translate such sentences is subject plus might have plus the third form of verb, and there is less possibility when you use might have plus V3. For example, he may have or might have gone. He may have or might have heard the song. So if you say he may have gone, chances are more that he went. But if you say he might have gone, there are less chances of his having gone. Let's look at another aspect of rule number 4. वह पार्टी में अवश्य आया होगा. तुमने इस एनिमल के बारे में अवश्य सुना होगा. Such sentences indicate that there is no doubt regarding the action having happened in the past. Formula for translation would be subject plus must have plus past participle, form of the verb, or V3. For example, he must have come to the party. You must have heard about this animal. Rule number 5. मुझे उसकी बात सुननी चाहिए थी. उसे और कोशिश करनी चाहिए थी. चाहिए था indicates that an action which should have happened in the past did not happen. The formula for such sentences is subject plus should have plus the third form of verb. For example, I should have listened to him. He should have tried more. Let's look at rule number 6. यदि मैं वहां जा सकता, अगर तुम समय पर पहुंच सकते. Such sentences express a desire in the past which is not likely to be fulfilled. Formula: were plus subject plus able plus infinitive. Infinitive is to added to verb. For example, were I able to go there? Were you able to reach on time? Of course, when you say such sentences, you might also want to intonate it or express it with the right tone. So if you say, oh, were I able to go there? It clearly conveys that you are talking about a desire which was left unfulfilled, or which is more likely to have been unfulfilled. So give it the right tone to convey the message more effectively. Let's look at another aspect of rule number 6. यदि मैं धनी हो सकता, यदि वह विनम्र हो सकता. You will find sentences that have sakna, sakta, sakte, sakti at the end with a noun, pronoun, or adjective sometimes. Formula: were plus subject plus noun, pronoun, adjective. For example, were I rich? Were he humble? Once again, don't forget to give the correct tone. Also, you may notice that we have used were with both I and he, even though these are plural subjects. Is this a violation of grammar rules? Well, not quite. And how I can justify these expressions is that when you are imagining, you are given the liberty or the license to break rules. And in sentences of supposition or imagination like these, you can use were with just about any subject, whether it is I, he, you, or they. Interesting. Alright, so now you are ready to match A with B. Please pause this video for a minute and complete this exercise and check your understanding of whatever you have learned so far. I would also encourage you to go ahead and construct some sentences based on whatever you have learned in this video. The more sentences you practice making, the better you will retain them in your memory. Alright, so that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This helps us to come up with more such content for you and help you to improve your English tremendously. Until next time, bye-bye.